Hello my loves, welcome to my channel Sun Love Stars and welcome to today's pick a card reading. To be honest with you guys, first of all, my name is Cynthia, hello, and I'm reading your cards today. To be honest with you guys, as I'm filming or recording this video, I do not really know how I'm going to title it. Something along those lines of like, you're going to see the title, but as of right now, my intention with this pick a card reading is to look at what is happening on the day where you meet your true love and your future spouse. Reading is going to be about the day or the days before you meet your true love and your future spouse, okay? So something about like, what are you going to go through? What are you going to feel? What are they going to go through? What are they going to feel? The day where you are being introduced to your true love and your future spouse, okay? We're going to look at what is happening on the day where you finally meet them and when they finally meet you. And I'm also going to look at what is the first thing that you feel and see when you look at them for the first time, okay? So the energy that you feel when you first look into this person's eyes, or when you look into their direction, or when this person is catching your attention. Okay, so we're going to look at what are you going to feel and see, and what is the energy around your meeting when you first look at this magnificent person that ends up being your true love and your future spouse, okay? This is what we're going to look at on YouTube. I am also going to extend this reading. In the extent, we're going to look at what is your future spouse in your true love going to feel and see and sense, and the energy that they feel when they first look at you, okay? So again, on YouTube, we're going to look at what are you going to feel, okay? The energy, emotions, maybe something in your spirit and in your soul when you look at this person for the first time. And then in the extended on Patreon, we're going to look at how are they going to feel, okay, when they first see you. What are they going to see? What are they going to notice first, okay? How are you going to make them feel the first time you look at them? On the next clip, you can choose between 3 images as usual. If you feel super duper indecisive, go on Google, find a number generator and ask your spirit guides to guide you to the right pile. And then I'm gonna see you in your reading, guys. Lovely pile number 1, so you chose this beautiful image here, okay? And we're gonna look at what is happening on the day or a few days before you meet your true love and your future spouse. What is basically going to happen as you meet the love of your life finally, as you finally meet her or him, and as they finally meet you. Okay, so we're just going to look at what is happening as you meet the love of your life, as you meet your true love and your future spouse, as this love of first sight event is taking place in your life. Okay, if you didn't watch the intro, I'm also going to look at what are you going to see and feel the first time you look at your true love and your future spouse. Okay, so how are they going to make you feel? What kind of thoughts are they going to spark inside of your mind? What is the energy that you're going to feel in your body, in your soul, and in your spirit as you look at them for the first time? And we're also going to look at vice versa. How are they going to feel? How do you make them feel the first time they look at you? Okay, the first time they look into your eyes. But this part of the reading we're going to look at in the extended, which the link is down in the description box. So here on YouTube, we're going to look at how are they going to make you feel the first time you see them. And then in the extent, we're going to look at how you make them feel the first time they see you. Okay, just to let you guys know. But let me tap into your energy here. Okay, what is happening as you meet your true love and your future spouse? I feel like you're going to go through a lot before you meet your true love and your future spouse. And it's funny because I've seen comments sometimes here and there where people were like, oh, you know, like some people were offended, not just by me, but by other readers. There was like a person commenting, oh, so that means I have to be perfect before I meet my true love and my future spouse. Well, then I'm never gonna meet them. Okay, so maybe for some of you guys, you even have these thoughts, which is the reason why I'm bringing it up, where you strive for perfection, or you feel like you want to be perfect before you meet them. And there could even be an energy where when you meet your true love and your future spouse, you're gonna feel like, I'm so happy I met them, but I feel like I'm not the perfect version of myself. I don't know what's going on here, but I feel like for some of you guys, you could be a perfectionist and you're trying to overcome your perfectionism because you know it is standing in your way. And then again, for others of you, you might have sometimes have thoughts where you're like, oh, this is not perfect in my life and that is not perfect in my life. And, you know, like, I don't even know if I'm ready. Like, I want to be with my true love and my future spouse, but I also feel like I'm not ready. Does that make sense? So you might be in this energy right before you meet your future spouse and your true love, where you really try to be the perfect version of yourself, but you don't really get there, or where the universe is teaching you about that you don't have to be perfect in order to meet your true love and your future spouse. Because again, like, every pal is different, right? And again, I don't know why I'm being brought to this comment, but this person said, oh, so that means I have to be perfect until I meet or before I meet my true love and my future spouse. So they kind of felt offended. Now with you, I'm picking up the opposite. I'm picking up an energy where before you meet your true love and your future spouse, I feel like you are the opposite. I feel like you want to be perfect before you meet them. Like you don't want them to see you at your lowest, or you don't want them to see you when you're sad or depressed or something along those lines, or where you're not feeling good, or where you feel like you need help. Like, you don't want to seem like you are in need of help, or you need somebody, or that you cannot handle your stuff on your own, or where you just feel like you want them to meet the best version of you. Like, maybe you want to lose a few pounds before you meet them, or you want your hair to be a little bit longer, or you want to have the perfect wardrobe or something along those lines. So for some of you guys, you could be in that energy right now where you're trying to perfect something. Could be even like where some of you guys, you are very focused on, or this could be around the time where you meet them, where you're very focused on perfecting your skin, perfecting your hair, perfecting your career, something about perfectionism, where you're really somebody you try to really live an ideal life, or something about picture perfect. Okay, and I'm not saying that you are like shallow or anything. I'm just picking up an energy where you sometimes push yourself, like you can do better, you can make more happen, you can make more money, you can make this and you can make that, where you feel like you want to know that you did your best, basically. Okay, and I'm picking up that you are going to meet your true love and your future spouse when things are not perfect, which is the funny part. Okay, So you're not gonna meet your true love and your future spouse when everything is freaking perfect in your life. For some of you guys, you're gonna be like, oh, I'm so happy about that, because I cannot, reach that type of, like, I don't wanna, push myself to how do you say that, an unreachable beauty standard or an unreachable something, kind of like where you feel like the pressure of, wow, I'm hearing the song, I care about you, baby, baby, more than you ever know, more than you ever know. Please do not drive me crazy, crazy, unless you're gonna go with me. No pressure, no pressure, I know you're real. Wow, so you're gonna feel like, wow, the pressure to keep it real. Okay, so I'm picking up an energy where you're gonna feel pressure, but I'm picking up an energy where, okay, this is gonna be interesting. Give me a moment here, guys, because there's something coming through. Okay, so for some of you guys, I feel like this is making you happy, knowing that circumstances are not going to be perfect, because then you're not gonna feel like you are only deserving of a blessing when you are 100% perfect. And for others of you, you're gonna feel like, wait, give me one more week, one more month. Like, I didn't lose the weight yet, or my wardrobe is not perfect yet. Does that make sense? So I'm picking up, you're gonna meet your true love and your future spouse on a day where things are not perfect, okay? They might even be more chaotic than usual. There's something about, like, I'm also hearing there's beauty in the struggle, ugliness in the success, okay? So there's something going on where on the day where you meet your true love and your future spouse, things are gonna be a little bit, I think you're gonna go through a lot mentally and emotionally. Again, I'm being brought to the song by 𝐤𝐴 called No Pressure. So I'm picking up an energy where this is gonna be a day where you release pressure. Because again, I feel like there's something in your life where you feel like I always have to be strong, I have to be the strong one in my family. I have to take care of my family. I'm the one that brings the money home, or I'm taking care of my grandma, I'm taking care of my family, I'm taking care of my friends. Something where people usually come to you for advice, or wow, I'm hearing people usually come to you for advice, for help. May that be spiritually, emotionally, maybe even financially for some of you guys, where I'm picking up you carry a lot on your shoulders because, wow, okay, that's interesting, because you're always available for you to help people. And I'm hearing, when is somebody going to help me? Okay, when can I have, like, as if you are the shoulder to cry on for other people. And I'm hearing, when can I have a shoulder to cry on? When can I, be weak? This is what I'm picking up here. When is it? When is the moment where I can be, I don't want to cry, damn. When is the moment where I can be weak? And somebody catches me, because I'm usually the person that catches other people. So I'm picking up an energy here on the day where you meet your true love and your future spouse. There's a very, how can I describe that energy? It feels melancholic. I'm not saying that you're gonna be depressed. I just pick up an energy where you don't want to be strong anymore, okay? Like, you don't want to be the strong one anymore, or you don't want to feel this pressure anymore, or you don't want to try to be perfect anymore, okay? There's an energy, like, energetically, okay? There's an energy of, I'm just going to surrender, this is who I am, I'm just going to surrender, or I'm just accepting myself with all my flaws, and I'm accepting myself as I'm weak, kind of like as if you are embracing your weakness, but it's not necessarily weakness. It's just, instead of trying to come off strong, okay, there could be an energy where you allow yourself to cry, or you allow yourself to be sad, or because I feel like there's an energy of like, not for all of you, okay, but I'm picking up like an energy where you have a talent to make yourself feel good, although underneath, I'm not saying that you are pretending, but I'm picking up like, although underneath there's a sadness to you. I'm also hearing summertime sadness, okay? So I'm picking up an energy here on the day where you meet your true love and your future spouse. Things are going to be a little bit chaotic, okay? This is not going to be the perfect day or the perfect hair day or the perfect, and like there's nothing perfect about this day where you meet your true love and your future spouse, okay? You're going to feel like you're trying to balance your life. There's a lot of thoughts that you're going to have. You're going to be that's what it is. You're going to be contemplative. You're going to, because I feel like with this card here, it says a journey, either physical or mental. It feels like you're going to drive through the city, okay? Again, it doesn't matter. You might meet them online, you might meet them outside, but it feels like you're driving, just energetically speaking, just, you know, like close your eyes and visualize what it is that I'm talking about. Or describing. So it's kind of like where you go out and you are by yourself, because I'm picking up you will be by yourself for most of you. And picking up you are by yourself and you're just contemplating about like, does this really make me happy? So there's something about, there's also going to be a change in what actually makes you happy. Maybe you always thought, oh, I'm going to be so happy when I manifest a lot of money, and then you manifest this whole big amount of money, and then you're like, somehow it doesn't make me happy. I'm picking up an energy of very contemplative, where I'm hearing people in interviews saying, I thought when I have money I'm gonna be happy, but I still was sad, so I understood that my fulfillment was not in achieving this goal. There is something going on where you're gonna be super duper contemplative, thinking like, what does really make me happy? So you're going to be definitely in your head. I'm not saying you overthinking per se. I'm just picking up an energy where you're going to reflect upon your life and who you are and who you want to be in the future. Okay, there's something going on where you're going to feel like the things that used to make you happy no longer make you happy. I'm literally seeing you here, you know, sitting and you're starting to write, okay? For a lot of you guys, you're definitely gonna, I'm picking up an energy, this could be on your way to work, because it looks like she has like some type of bag with her. So it could be an energy where you're very contemplative, like contemplating about like, oh, do I really want to live my life like that for the next 10 years? Or is this really my dream job? Or what does happiness really mean to me? Or for some of you guys, you could be in an energy where you achieve something, you achieve a huge milestone, but somehow it doesn't fulfill you as much as you thought it would. So there's going to be a change in like, what really matters is family. What really matters is, you know, like I don't know, like saving the rainforest. What really matters is, you know, soaking up the sun, where you're going to have some type of like change in what you value and what really makes you happy. So you're going to be in a weird energy, I feel like, around the time where you meet your true love and your future spouse, because you're going to do stuff that usually makes you happy. Let's say, for example, you love to go out and partying. Or let's say something else. Let's say you love shopping, okay? Nothing wrong with it. Again, no judgment, no nothing. I'm just trying to describe the energy. Let's say you love shopping and it usually makes you happy. And I'm picking up an energy where you are going to somehow, I even feel like you might even cry, not in front of your true love and your future spouse, but you might be crying on that day because you realize something, like a truth about yourself, and it's going to feel like you found yourself again in a very, very confusing world, like you're finding a truth about yourself and you didn't really realize it because you were chasing something, kind of like, oh, I want this bag. Okay, again, nothing wrong with it. You want this bag, so this bag is like $1,000 or whatever, or euros. So you earn the money, you put the money away until it is the day where you actually can buy this bag. And then you buy this bag and you hold it in your hands, and you were so like, this was like your goal for months, for weeks, and then it's happening, and then you're sitting there. Not that you're happy about the bag, but I'm seeing you then like holding this bag and you're starting to cry, and it feels like a release. It feels like it feels like you are releasing pressure. So on the day where you meet your true love and your future spouse, I feel like you're going to release pressure by either writing down your feelings. I'm seeing somebody here taking out their journal. You could be at home writing in your journal. You could be in the underground or in a bus, and you just take out your phone and you start to write what you're feeling, because I feel like you're gonna feel a lot and you're gonna have these aha moments about your soul and your spirit. So you're gonna start writing, okay? I feel like for some of you guys, you're gonna write poetry on that day, or you're gonna have like a very long entry in your diary on that day. Again, you could be on a bus, you could be inside of a bus, you take out your notebook and you start writing, or it could be like you take out your phone and you're starting to write about how you feel, or about like some type of accomplishment, like, oh, I thought I would be happy, but it doesn't make me as happy as I thought, or you're just realizing a lot of stuff about yourself, that certain things don't matter to you anymore. And I'm also picking up an energy where you're gonna feel a little bit confused, because usually shopping makes you happy, and then you go shopping and it doesn't make you happy, and then I'm seeing you here writing down dear diary, or dear universe, or dear spirit guides. I'm also picking up here, it's going to be a day where you are talking to your spirit guides about how you feel, or you're going to talk to somebody about how you feel. Okay, so your future spouse is going to meet you on a day where you are, I would not say sensitive, I would say you gain a lot of clarity about who you are on that day. It's kind of like certain illusions that you had, kind of like, I thought I would be happy if I lose weight, or I thought I would be happy if this and that, and you reach that goal, or maybe you don't, but there's some type of like deep clarity that is coming to you about your soul and your spirit on the day where you meet your true love and your future spouse. So I'm picking up an energy, it's kind of like what I'm picking up here is an energy where, again, you're gonna question, is this really what makes me happy, and what kind of society do we live in? And I'm picking up an energy where you are surrendering, like there's a deep surrendering, like on a level that you didn't feel for a while, because again, I feel like you are quite a stubborn person, or you are a person, you don't like to give up, like you don't like giving up, or you don't like to give the universe the control. You like to be in control, or you like to know that you gave your 100%, or I'm also hearing you don't want to be seen as a victim or something along those lines. You don't like to be in a victim mentality. But I'm picking up an energy that on that day you're gonna be in a very deep energy of like releasing pressure by crying or writing something down. For some of you guys, there's an energy of like you're gonna write. Wow, I'm also hearing it's gonna be a day where you start writing a book. Okay, I'm literally seeing somebody driving to a coffee shop or a cafe, and you're gonna start writing a book. For some of you guys, if you already are writing a book, I'm picking up that you might meet your true love and your future spouse as you are trying to finish your book. Okay, this could be like the last chapter, because we have the Ten of Swords here, but it's in reverse. In reverse tells me that you are struggling to end something in your life. Okay, so there could be an energy where around the time on the day where you meet your true love and your future spouse, you're trying to, yeah, that's what it feels like, kind of like coming to conclusion with what has happened, like fully releasing pain or some type of grudge or some type of like, yeah, pain that happened to you. Okay, because I'm picking up it's also something about like overcoming a betrayal, like a huge betrayal from family and friends, where on that day where you meet your true love and your future spouse, it's going to be a day where you fully release it, in a sense where you write it down, or you cry, or you have like a really intense awakening. It feels like you're going to go through like a mental spiritual awakening on the day where you meet them. And for some of you guys, you're gonna start writing a book. For others of you, I'm picking up here, you are going to just write. Okay, just write, or you're gonna have the need to write somehow, some way, something down. This could also be an energy where you're trying to finish a chapter and you have some type of like writer's blockage. Okay, just for somebody who does write books, you're gonna have some type of like writer's blockage, and it's hard for you to finish a chapter. So you're gonna be sitting there in a cafe or at home, and you're gonna look at your computer, and it's like a blank page, and you're trying to finish the chapter, or you're trying to actually finish the book for some of you guys, okay? Is what I'm picking up intuitively. Something about writing is very, very significant here. For others of you, there could be an energy where you could actually meet your future spouse as you are scripting. So you could be writing in your book, oh, I'm meeting my true love and my future spouse. Picking up an energy here where, again, I feel like you're gonna write your heart out. You're gonna write the pressure off of your soul and your spirit. There's something going on where you are closing a cycle and a chapter, okay, in your life around that time. Okay, I'm also hearing, or you're no longer going to be scared to close a chapter of some sort. Okay. Yeah, there could be an energy where it's gonna be a day. I would not say that you're gonna be scared, but you're gonna feel very meditative, contemplative. Okay, your mind is going to wander in all kinds of directions. You're going to reflect upon the past, and you're going to reflect upon the betrayal maybe that you've gone through, because I feel like around the time where you meet your true love and your future spouse, you're trying to overcome, or you're trying to process somebody hurting you, or somebody, or the loss, or like where you're going to mourn the loss of like a friend or a betrayal of some sort. Okay, you see, it's not perfect at all. So you're gonna meet your true love and your future spouse where you're deeply contemplating about who you are, okay, and what has happened in your life. But let me see, I want to get one more card here. We also have the card here, May. So for some of you guys, if you tell me your birthday is in May, this is definitely your POW. So I'm also picking up, yeah, this is also what it feels like. So for some of you guys, again, this is a general reading, guys, okay? So this is not going to resonate with everybody. For some of you guys, you could be meeting your true love and your future spouse in the month of May, okay? For others of you, your future spouse, if you ask them, when is your birthday? Their birthday could be in May. Your birthday could be in May, okay? Or I'm also hearing for some of you guys, May is a significant month because, just for example, you know that your favorite band is coming, and your favorite band is coming in May, and you already ordered concert tickets, right? And your concert tickets say May 2023. This is just a confirmation that this is your pile, okay? It's a synchronicity telling you you are on the right path, okay? So it doesn't have to be that you meet your future spouse in May. It's just the confirmation from your spirit guides. Yes, this is your pile, okay? For some of you guys. For others of you, I'm picking up an energy here with the May card. I'm also picking up for some of you guys, you could be contemplating about something that has happened maybe May last year, or maybe May this year, because we're not gonna know like when you're gonna meet your true love and your future spouse, but this could be connected to something that has happened in May, or maybe somebody that, a dear loved one that you lost, maybe your grandma or your grandpa, and your grandma and your grandpa, you lost them last year in May, or your grandma or your grandpa's birthday was in May, and you're gonna be in this energy of remembering them and feeling, you know, like feeling like you really, really miss them, okay? Yeah, I'm also picking up an energy on the day where you meet your true love and your future spouse. I actually feel like you're gonna miss their energy. Like, I'm picking up an energy where you're gonna miss your future spouse. So it's gonna be a day where you miss them, or it's gonna be a day where you somehow miss something, okay? Where you recognize and realize that there's beauty in the struggle and ugliness in the success. I don't know what the fuck that means, okay? Or something about, you're definitely gonna be, again, it's not perfect, it's not ideal, but let's say, for example, it's like, it's not like the sunny day with you dancing and you being on a party, at a pool party and stuff like that. It's more so a day where you walk in the city by yourself, and it's the perfect day to figure out who you are. okay? It's the perfect day to find out the truth about who you are. That's what it feels like. It's like a day where you find out a significant truth about who you are and who you want to be. And I feel like that's also the reason why you're going to be inspired to write, because you are going to have epiphanies about yourself, like very intense epiphanies. Again, it feels similar to a spiritual awakening. Okay, it does feel like a spiritual awakening here. Okay. So I'm hearing you're gonna arrive mentally, like the question, who am I? I feel like you will be able to answer that question, or what is my purpose, or where do I want to go from here, or what does really make me happy? You're gonna be able to answer this question from the depth of your soul. Something about deep clarity about who you are and why you don't feel happy here, but you feel happy here. So again, it's a perfect day of a full circle moment about what you actually want and who you are. The perfect day to release pressure, to release tears, to write down everything that is happening within you. And I'm picking up, that's when they come in. And I'm seeing them approaching you. Okay, I'm seeing your future spouse approaching you. And I'm seeing them looking at you, because it depends, okay? So it could be like online, you could be really deeply in your thoughts, and all of a sudden your phone is doing, and you have like a message, okay? For others of you, this could be as you are outside driving, and again, you're going to be deeply in thoughts. For some of you guys, I'm also picking up, you're going to read a book on the day where you meet your true love and your future spouse. So you're going to be in this book, and this book is going to somehow trigger a lot of insights within you, and then you look up and then they are there. Does that make sense? Something about writing something down and then you look up and then they are in front of you. Okay. Let's see, where's the Ten of Swords and the... Yeah, look at that. We have the Ten of... Look at that. The Ten... Guys, I can't, because we have the Ten of Swords in reverse here, and now it came out in upright. It's going to be a day where you are able to fully release some type of pain or grudge, or to fully forgive yourself or another person for something that they've done to you, or where you really overcome some type of fear. This is also going to be a day where you overcome some type of fear, or you overcome some type of dark thought, or you overcome some type of like shadow energies, what I'm picking up here. Okay. What is happening in pile number one's life as before they meet their, like on the day where they meet their true love and their future spouse? Ten of Wands. Yeah, look at that. You're completing and finishing something. I'm hearing a level complete. So you could be, again, we talked about it, right? Completing a book, completing a project, completing like a question. I'm also hearing a spiritual quest. It's going to be a day where a spiritual quest is complete. Kind of like, what is the purpose in my life? And you have been asking yourself that question for 3 years. And on that day, there's somehow like it's the finale, or on that day you're coming so close to the answer. That is my purpose. Kind of like where you can say something and you are fully convinced of it. That's what it feels like here. You are releasing burdens on that day. It's going to be a very intense day mentally. Like mentally it's going to be very intense here. Okay, it's going to be a day where it's a lot. It is a lot. You're going through a lot on that day. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, look at that. We have the 11th house and it says the edge. Okay, so you're gonna be at the edge. I'm also hearing enough is enough. So you're gonna be in an energy of like, enough is enough. I'm done with that. I'm ready to release this. I'm ready to overcome my fear. I'm ready to let go of my past. I'm ready to face what I'm scared of. Something along those lines here, okay? One more card. What is happening for pile number one on the day they meet their true love and their future spouse? And again, Knight of Swords. Yeah, on the day where you meet your true love and your future spouse, I feel like you're going to be bold. So you're definitely going to act out of character. The things that you usually are scared to do, you're going to do them. The things that you are usually scared to wear, you are going to wear them. The things that you are usually scared to think about, you're going to think about them. The things you are usually scared to talk about, you're going to talk about them. It's as if like the most authentic, the purest, the most rare version of yourself is coming to the forefront. And now I'm being brought to rare beauty. Something about raw. Like raw, yeah, it feels like it feels like a raw, real, authentic energy with all the mess and all the flaws, but also with all the beauty and all the insight that comes with it. So I feel like it's gonna be a rough day. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Again, for some of you guys, I think you're gonna be happy about it because it takes the pressure off of your shoulders that you don't have to be perfect in order to meet your true love and your future spouse. And for others of you, this is what your spirit guides are trying to teach you. So you could feel like, oh, my hair is not perfect today, my nails do not perfect today, but it's kind of like your spirit guides want you to learn the lesson that this person doesn't fall in love with you when you are perfect. They fall in love with, like, I'm hearing the sadness in your eyes. They're falling in love with like your soul and all the questions that you ask yourself. Like I'm hearing they're falling, like your future spouse falls in love with, like, I actually feel like they feel drawn to women and men that they like emotional people. So your future spouse likes emotional people. They are drawn to emotional people. They are drawn to, like, I wouldn't say melancholic, but I would say kind of like, you know how some people have some type of sadness in their eyes, puppy eyes, okay? Your spouse is attracted to that. They are attracted to deep thinkers. They are attracted to people that have an intense story, or that went through an intense spiritual awakening here. Okay, your spouse is attracted to that. So the funny thing is, you think, I want to meet them on a day where everything is perfect, my outfit, my this, my that, I feel amazing. But this is not what your spouse is attracted to. Of course, they're gonna love you when you look fancy and stuff like that, but they're like, this is like a man or a woman that is moved by art that is sad, or that is moved by art that is like not perfect art, but kind of like more messy. Okay, so your spouse doesn't like perfect, they like messy, they like and again, I'm not saying that you are messy, but I'm saying is like they like to see people's scars. This is a person who's actually like drawn to people's scars. They are drawn to people's life story. Okay, so they don't want picture perfect. That's not what they want. They feel like a person has more character when they have scars. Okay, so it's kind of like, this is the type of person that would also not be drawn to, like, for example, interior design, where everything has to be in perfect order. They would actually like something that doesn't belong. It's kind of like where everything is white in a room, and then you put like a green painting. And some people could perceive this green painting as it's disturbing the harmony of the room because everything should be white. Does it make sense? But they would feel like the green painting makes the whole room perfect because it doesn't fit in the room. That's why it is so cool. Okay, I don't know how to describe it. I hope you guys know where I'm coming from. This is like somebody they like, maybe like sad, or they like very deep conversations, or like, I don't know, they're somehow drawn to your sensitivity. Like when you are in your feelings, when you're sensitive, when you are contemplative, when you are like really, really raw and real, like where you are stripped naked, you know, like, yeah, I'm completely naked, like emotionally completely naked. That's when they come in, because they're drawn to that. They like that energy. Don't know how to explain it, okay? For some of you guys, this could be an energy where you are Again, overcoming some type of fear on that day. So I'm picking up an energy here. You could be opening up, because the card here says fully open up. Okay, so for some of you guys, you could be in an energy around the time where you meet your true love and your future spouse, where you don't want to open up to people, but you also want to open up to people. Does that make sense? So you're kind of like in this energy of like not wanting to open up, wanting to open up. And I'm picking up that you are going to open up either to yourself or to another person, but I feel like it's not your future spouse. So there could be an energy where you maybe open yourself up to meeting new people. So you could meet, you know, like a new friend on that day. Let's say, for example, you consciously make the decision to make new friends. So you could be doing something on that day. You invite somebody on that day, or you ask for somebody's Instagram on that day to connect with them, which you usually don't do, but you're doing it on that day because you don't want to let this betrayal that you've gone through stop you. So you are basically opening up to another person, which you usually don't do. Or you could be opening up to yourself or your spirit guides on that day. Okay, is what I'm picking up here. Now let's look at what is happening with your true love and your future spouse. Okay, I'm picking up an energy here where your true love and your future spouse, on the day where you guys meet for the first time, they're going to be in such a positive energy, because we have here the angel of encouragement. Okay, and the angel of encouragement is telling me, hold on, is everything okay? I guess. The angel of encouragement is telling me that your true love and your future spouse is gonna feel super duper optimistic, and they're gonna feel super duper happy on that day, which is like, it's funny because it's like you're gonna be in two opposite energies. If I could describe the energy like yin and yang, so you're gonna be like the, I don't know, you're gonna be like the moon part. So you're gonna be in a, yeah, and The Pressure by Jhené Aiko is literally, she's sitting in a meditative state and there's a moon above her. So you're gonna be in the moon, in the, wow, that's what it is. So you're gonna be in a moon energy, in a very feminine, that's what they, okay, so if you are a woman, or even if like you are a lesbian or whatever, I feel like your spouse is drawn to feminine energy. Actually, it doesn't matter if you are male or female, but this person is going to be drawn to your feminine energy here. This emotional, sensitive, contemplative, considerate energy that you're gonna exude on that day. Because there could also be an energy where you are realizing that you don't just want to live for yourself, but you want to live for a cause, or you want to help another person. This could be on a day where you know, give money to a homeless person, or you feel so deeply, like where you are so deeply in your feelings, and you kind of like an empath, where you feel the pain and the sorrow of other people, and you don't want to be selfish anymore. And again, there's nothing wrong with being selfish, because you have to take care of yourself, but I feel like on that day you're going to feel like you want to give to people, and you don't want to be selfish, you don't want to live a selfish lifestyle, or you don't want to do something for yourself, you want to do something for somebody else on that day. And they're going to be drawn to that energy, if that makes sense. Okay, they're going to be so drawn, like that's something that they are deeply attracted to when it comes to the soul and the spirit, this energy that you're going to exude on that day. What is happening with them? They are in the sun energy. So you are the moon, they are the sun. They're gonna be super duper positive. They're gonna feel like they can move mountains on that day. So I feel like an energy where on the day where your future spouse meets you for the first time is gonna be a day where they feel extremely good about themselves. I'm picking up an energy with the vulture that your true love and your future spouse, they're gonna be so happy because they overcame anxiety or depression. So your spouse, your true love and your future spouse, they're gonna celebrate or really enjoy that they no longer have health issues. So your true love and your future spouse, they're having health issues around the time where you guys are meeting, and they're celebrating that they no longer have some type of health issue. This could be like they have been dealing with severe anxiety or panic attacks or depression. On the day where your future spouse and your true love meets you, they're going to celebrate that they no longer have that problem. They're no longer depressed. They no longer get anxiety or panic attacks. They no longer have this skin issue. They no longer have the stomach issue, because I feel like they're going to go through something where their health has been really, you know, like effed up. I'm picking up like they went or they are going through or they will be going through health issues, but on the day where you guys meet each other, they're gonna be so happy and so grateful that they no longer have some type of health issue. Okay, so this is gonna be like somebody who overcame depression, who overcame anxiety, who overcame maybe like yeah, some type of health issues, what I'm picking up here. Okay, they're gonna be in optimal health and perfect health. They could be celebrating that they get back in shape. So your true love and your future spouse could be an energy where they gained a lot of weight during the whole situation, the health crisis upon planet Earth, and they gained a lot of weight, which made them feel very, very bad. And on the day where they meet you for the first time, they reach their goal weight, or they hit a record in the gym or something along those lines, or they're just gonna feel over the moon happy because they no longer feel sick, they feel healthy. Okay, so they're probably gonna tell you, this could even be literally just a cold, where they had a cold, but I feel like for a lot of you guys it's like they had mental health problems or mental health issues. And we also have needle and thread, a sincere wish will be granted, you see. So they have been praying to become healthy again. Okay, they didn't feel like secure in their body either, or mentally something was really like, I feel like that's why they were hiding, okay, or they are hiding, because they're going through something either mentally or with their health or with their body, kind of like where they have like some type of weird stuff happening with their skin, and it takes them like a whole year to get rid of some type of skin irritation, and it makes them feel insecure. So on the day where you guys meet, they're gonna be over the moon happy. They're gonna be celebrating that they're healthy again, or they're gonna celebrate somebody else's health, like when they take care of somebody in their family, like this person's healthy again, or somebody's gaining their health back, and they're gonna be so happy about it that they're gonna feel like they want to go to a new place, a new coffee shop. Like your spouse is going to feel so enthusiastic and like they're going to feel so hyped about maybe like downloading the dating app, because now they feel ready to get out there, okay, because now they're healthy, or now they look good, or now they're back in shape. So they're gonna you know, download the dating app because they feel so enthusiastic and so good about themselves. Or for example, they could be feeling like, yeah, they're gonna feel like their prayers have been answered, specifically when it comes to their health, okay, overcoming health issues or overcoming financial issues. Okay, your spouse is definitely gonna sit pretty here with the 9 of Pentacles, okay, where they don't worry about anything. They don't worry about nothing, okay? They don't worry about nothing. They feel carefree. They're gonna feel like they want to drive to this coffee shop. They're gonna feel like they want to drive to this party, to this event, to this museum, to this gallery where you're probably gonna end up meeting, okay? They're gonna feel so hyped to try out new things, or to meet new people, which then would be you, or they're gonna feel like they're finally ready to go out there and show themselves in all their glory, because they're gonna feel like they're looking good, or their health is back, or they feel like themselves again, because they could have felt like not themselves again. Okay, for some of you guys, they're gonna go out with their friends. I'm picking up, you're not like, your future spouse is not gonna be alone. In case you meet them outside, they're not gonna be by themselves. They're gonna be around people. Okay, they're gonna ask their friends, hey, let's go out, let's do something. Okay, let's see what is happening in pile number 1's future spouse's life on the day where they finally meet. Yeah, look at that. They're gonna feel like they want to move, like they want to drive somewhere, they want to do something crazy, they want to do something adventurous. Okay, they want to go on a blind date, they want to FaceTime with somebody like they've never met. They're gonna feel like so like ooh, I want to do stuff, and I want to go places, and I want to see people, and I want to do this, and I want to do that. Kind of like a child that is like super duper excited. Okay, we also have the card here, June. So your true love and your future spouse could be Their birth month could be June. Your birth month could be June. Okay. I'm also picking up an energy here with the June card. It shows an angel. Okay, and then we have Temperance here. Upside down. So I'm picking up an energy where their faith is returning. I talked about it in a different reading, like the test of faith. And there could be an energy where your true love and your future spouse was questioning whether or not God is with them, whether or not their angels are hearing them or their prayers are being answered. But there's something happening in their personal life that makes them feel like God is with me, the universe is with me, my grandparent in heaven is with me. And because they feel that support, they might also feel like now they are ready to go out there and meet you, if that makes sense, or go out there and meet people, and then they're going to meet you. What is happening in pile number one's future spouse? Yeah, look at that, okay? We have the Page of Cups and the Ace of Swords. So your true love and your future spouse, on the day where you guys finally meet with each other, and I'm going to go to the extended in a second, I'm picking up an energy here where they're gonna feel like they want to make a wish of theirs. Okay, let me say it like that. The Page of Cups is usually somebody who, hold on guys, this is usually a person who is like very dreamy. This is a person, and again, it's kind of like their inner child is coming out. They're gonna feel super duper adventurous on that day. They're gonna feel like they want to celebrate, they want to talk to people. But the Page of Cups is also telling me they're gonna feel like they are ready for love. Like for them, it's a conscious decision. Like, I'm ready for love now. They could even say a prayer to God that they are ready for love now. Because I feel like they had to focus on their health. And once they overcome something here, so they learn a huge lesson about health before they meet you. And I'm picking up an energy of like, I'm ready for love. Or they could be saying like to God or their friends or somebody in their family, I'm ready for love. And as soon as these words are leaving this person's mouth is when it's manifesting here. That's what it feels like to me here. Okay, so I feel like you're going through a lot mentally, and I feel like your spouse is going through the same thing, but they're going through it physically. So you learn a lot about your soul and your spirit, and they learn a lot about like health and taking care of your body and stuff like that, and what to eat and what not to eat, and the food industry, or I don't know, like the cosmetic industry, or going from one doctor to another. So when no doctor can help them, they have to figure out the answer themselves. Does that make sense? Something along those lines is what I'm picking up here. Or learning a lot about mental health is what I'm picking up here. Okay, so they're gonna feel like I keep hearing it, they're gonna announce that they are ready for love. So they could be saying it in a prayer. They could be thinking that. It's like I'm hearing it's like they're gonna make a conscious decision because they decide I am ready for love. That's exactly when it's about to happen. So it's happening simultaneously. They're thinking, now I'm ready for love. Now I feel strong again. Now I feel healthy again. Now I want to meet the love of my life. Okay, and soon after that, they're actually gonna meet you. So it's gonna happen very fast. They might even tell you about it, like 1 week before I met you, I was praying, or 1 week before I met you, I was writing something down in my journal, or 1 week before I met you, I talked to my friend that I'm ready for love, or something along those lines. Okay, they're gonna feel like they don't just want to imagine things anymore, because I feel like this is a very imaginative person. They probably dream a lot. They probably have a lot of daydreams about meeting somebody that they fall in love with, and they dream about wedding, and they dream about this, and they dream about that, but they didn't feel confident either in their body or with their mental health to put themselves out there. Okay, so I'm picking up, it's kind of like an energy where they no longer want to daydream. They actually want to do what they're thinking about. Okay, that's interesting. They're healing their inner child here. Okay, number one, let's go to the last portion of your reading. We're gonna look at your first eye contact when you look at each other for the first time. We're gonna look at what you're going to see when you look at them for the first time. Okay, I'm going to dive into it a little bit and then we're going to go to the extended. So we have the card here, Angel of Adventure. Okay. We also have the Diablo, Diablo. Okay, we also have the Fool card here. We also have the Earth. Okay, and then we have the Moon, Feelings. We have the Three of Cups in reverse and the Hierophant in reverse. So let's talk about it. When you look at them for the first time, the first thing that I'm picking up here is you're going to get horny. Okay, so you're going to get horny. You're going to be very, very sexually aroused to the point where you maybe start sweating, or you can feel tingles between your legs. You might get wet. It's like instantly, like where you find their lips very sexy, or you're not gonna be able to hide your lust. You might be biting your lip, or you might instantly feel something between your legs, or you instantly have like you know, sexual thoughts and stuff like that when you look at them. What would sex be like with them? It's kind of like you're gonna be instantly sexually aroused by this person. And I feel like it's unusual for you because you usually are like a very mental person, or you don't get sexually aroused too much. But I'm picking up here, you will not be able to hide your lust because you're so sexually drawn to them. You might look at their crotch and it's very like unusual for you, but you cannot help yourself. Like you're gonna look at this person's crotch, or you're gonna notice this person's nipples or whatever, or you're gonna notice their lips, or you're going to be very aroused by their voice, where their voice is making you wet, or something about like where your body is going to be out of control. Funny, right? Because we talked about how this day is going to feel like an out of control day, or a day where nothing is in your control, or you release the need to control things. Okay, I'm picking up when you look at this person, at your true love and your future spouse, what you're going to see is something about them, when you look at them, screams sexy. Okay, so you're gonna definitely feel like your spouse is very, very sexy. But sexy, I'm hearing there's something that you also find very innocent about them, because we have the Fool card here. Okay, so there's something about like they look innocent, but they also look very sexy, or they look innocent, but they also look like a seducer or a seductress. Like, can I trust this person or can I not? On one hand, they look like a seducer, a seductress. They look like they're gonna be really good in bed. They look like they might even look like, I'm also hearing they look like they can have anybody that they want, or that's at least how you perceive them. Or you're gonna, when you look at them, yeah, there's something about like they have something edgy to them. Okay, may that be the way that they dress or whatever, whoever. So it's kind of like it's edgy. So it's kind of like they maybe look a little bit edgy but innocent. So they have a mixture of edgy and innocent is the first thing that you're going to notice. They somehow, maybe I'm also hearing they might even have puppy eyes or sad eyes or very innocent eyes, or their voice sounds very innocent. They might look like a really big boy, very edgy, but then their voice is freaking soft. Does that make sense? Something along those lines. Or a woman who maybe her hair is super duper wild, but her voice is very soft. So there's something about when wild and edgy comes together with soft and innocent or calm. So you're going to notice that they somehow have both energies to them, which is really going to turn you on. And I'm seeing here with the Moon card, you're going to instinctively know that they're the one. So it's kind of like where your body, your mind and your soul and your spirit, it's going to be like an alarm. It's going to be like a ding, ding, ding. That's what you're gonna feel like in your body, in your soul. Like you're gonna feel it. It's like, oh my God, it's them. Like I can feel it. It's them. Or so if you're asking yourself, how am I going to know if they're my true love and my future spouse, you're going to know. It's going to be an instinct. It's going to be so intense. And I talked about how you are the moon. Okay, it says instinct. Okay, gut. Like your stomach, your gut is going to react to this person like, oh my God, I think they're the one. I think they're the one. So it's kind of like an alarm that is happening in your body, but in a way where you're getting aroused, or somehow you feel something weird in your nipples, but it's kind of like just like in the animal world. Does that make sense? Where the animal gets ready to mate, and so they start to spread a certain scent, or I'm also hearing they start to open up. Oh my god, you know what I'm picking up here? I'm just gonna say it, okay? It's just energetically speaking, but I'm picking up, you know how a woman has to open up down there before she can give birth? You know, where her, I don't know how you call it, but when her beautiful flower down there has to open up before the child comes out. This is what I'm picking up here. So you could be starting to like cross your legs because there's a party happening between your legs, or you could start to spread your legs, and you cannot control it. Again, it's a day that is out of control. Or you maybe start to play with your hair, or like, I don't know, there's something going on where you cannot hide your lust. Okay, and I'm picking up an energy again where you're gonna feel like they're so finger licking sexy, like everything about them is so fucking sexy. The way that they, you know, like walk, and when they, you know, like pass by and you smell their perfume, you're like, oh my god, they're so fucking sexy. This is what I'm picking up here. You're gonna be overwhelmed with how horny or how aroused you feel, and you're gonna feel like this is the sexiest man I've met, or the sexiest woman I've met in a long time here. It's not just the way that they look, but even the way that they walk. Okay, the way that they walk, or when they have a book in their hands, the way that they open their book and stuff like that. It's kind of like you would not be able to stop looking at them. And I feel like you might even start to be a little bit clumsy around them. You might start to sweat, or you might start to get clumsy around them, or you will see them being clumsy or doing something clumsy, but it's like very endearing, if that makes sense. Okay, something about somebody's going to be clumsy and the other person's going to find it even, you know, like more endearing or cute or sexy along those lines. Okay, you're definitely gonna, I'm also picking up an energy with the Three of Swords. I feel like you might get a little bit intimidated because this person is with friends, okay? Or you could, I'm picking up a scenario where two people are talking, like let's say your spouse is with a friend, because I feel like they will be with friends. And I'm picking up an energy here where their friend, I'm picking up you might be looking at your spouse and they are with their friend and they're talking to their friend about you. So they're going to have a conversation with their friends before they approach you, or before you approach them, or before the conversation starts to happen. There could even be an energy where their friend is going to approach you. Hey, you know, like, do you want to come to our, I don't know, gallery? You know, here's our business card. But they're only doing it because their friend has an eye on you. There's something weird going on. I don't know what's going on here. So there's somehow a friend involved, or somehow I'm picking up you're going to be intimidated because they're not alone. Okay, or you're going to wish they were by themselves. Or something about, let me see, where's the Three of Swords in reverse here? You're also going to feel like your spouse is very unusual, okay? They could be dressing very unusual, because the Hierophant usually talks about tradition. So they could dress very untraditionally. Their hairstyle could be untraditional, kind of like a man who has a nose piercing, or like a earring, you know, which is, you know, like very unusual. Or they wear like nail polish, or a woman who wears like men's clothing. They wear, I don't know, like something like they wear like they have a very manly outfit or something along those lines. Something about where they don't look traditional. They look very untraditional. They look very new age. They look like very out of the box. Okay, this is what the first thing that you're going to notice about them. Okay, let me see where the Three of Cups is here. I definitely feel like you're going to be like, oh man, yeah, look at that. You're going to feel like something about a friend is going to be there. I don't know if it's on your side or on their side. What is this friend doing? Or what is this going, what is this, the Judgment in reverse. Bottom of the deck, the Knight of Wands. Okay, so there could be an energy where their friend is pushing them to talk to you. Something about a friend that they're with, or that you are with. This friend is going to be the reason why you talk to each other, because they're going to push this person. Or there's an energy I'm also picking up here where they're gonna tell, it's kind of like where you talk to your future spouse and their friend is standing there, and then their friend is like, okay, I'm gonna leave you guys alone, I'm gonna come back, you know, and then this person is going away. And then you're gonna feel more comfortable because then you are alone with them. Does that make sense? Something is going on like that here. Anyway, pile number 1, I'm going to extend this reading. Now we're going to see what else you're going to feel, okay, when you first look at them, and then we're also going to look at what they're going to feel when they first look at you. So I'm going to continue the story here, or whatever I'm seeing in the cards here. The link is down in the description box if you're interested in that. If not, I'm going to see you in my next one, and I wish you a lovely day. Bye. Hello, my lovely pal number 2. Welcome to your reading, guys. So you chose this beautiful image here, and we're gonna look at what is happening as you finally meet your true love and your future spouse. As I'm recording it, I don't know what the title is gonna be, but you can, you know, like read the title. So we're basically gonna look at what is happening on the day or the last few days before you meet your true love and your future spouse, what is happening in their life on the day where they meet you for the first time. Then we're gonna look at what you're gonna feel and see when you look at them for the first time, and what they're gonna, how you make them feel the first time they see you. But this part of the reading we're gonna look at in the extended. The link is down in the description box, but here on YouTube we're gonna look at how they are making you feel. That's a tongue twister. Anyway, let's begin your reading. So let me look at the cards. What is going on here? When you meet your true love and your future spouse, I don't feel like you're gonna be in the mood to socialize, to be honest with you. Even if you tell me I'm usually like a very social person, I love going out, I love talking to people, it's gonna be a day where you don't feel like meeting people, or you don't feel like going out. And for others of you, you're gonna be like, yep, sounds like me, don't like to go out, don't like to meet people. Okay. But you're gonna do it anyway. There's gonna be a special occasion I pick up here where you have to go out. It's kind of like, oh, I don't want to go out, but I need toilet paper. Or I don't want to go out, but it's like my sister's birthday or my brother's graduation party. Does that make sense? Or this could be an energy. Guys, not for everybody, okay? But I'm also picking up here the night before you meet your true love and your future spouse, you went out clubbing or partying, in case it sounds like you. So you're still gonna be hungover and drunk a little bit, and then I don't know, like the next day you have to attend like something like a job interview, or I don't know, like a family party, or you have to attend some type of party or graduation or event, or you already bought tickets for this musical, so you have to go there, you cannot cancel. I'm picking up like you want to cancel something but you can't, like it's not possible. Again, it could be because you just feel like you don't want to go out, or it could just be because you actually have a headache. Okay, you might have like a headache because you drank too much the night before. Or you're gonna just feel too cozy to go out. Does that make sense? Kind of like, oh, it's raining today, I don't want to go out, it's rainy outside, you know. Sorry guys, there was some ash. So you're gonna feel like, honestly, why do I have to leave my apartment? I don't know. I feel like I just want to be by myself. Okay, for others of you, there could be an energy where you tell me, I love being with people. I'm just checking if I'm still in the center. For others of you, there could be an energy where you actually love being around people and you are a very, very social person. But around the time where you meet your true love and your future spouse is going to be a time where you want to spend time alone. Like you're going to tell your friends, today I want to be by myself. I want to, you know, read a book, or I want to stay at home, or I just want to go out and take a walk by myself because I want to clear my head, I want to clear my thoughts, I want to understand where I'm going, I want to just gain clarity about where I'm going to go with my life, where I'm going to move, how I'm going to find my next job, how I'm going to find my financial freedom. Does that make sense? So for some of you guys, if you tell me you're super social and you love people and you love going out, this could be that you're gonna feel a shift in, I need to be by myself because I need to understand myself, or I need to be alone with my thoughts. Okay, is something that I'm picking up here. This is how you're gonna feel on the day where you meet your true love and your future spouse. Just like, I would rather be by myself, okay, but I have to go out, I have to get toilet paper, I don't have any water at home, let me just go out, okay. I'm picking up that you're gonna feel like you are a little bit confused about. I'm picking up like somebody, because with the Four of Wands it talks about like graduation. So for some of you guys, it could be literally connected to some type of graduation party. This could also be connected to somebody's birthday, like, oh, I'm turning 30 now, where am I going with my life? So it's kind of like contemplating about where you're going with your life as you turn 30, as you turn 25, as you finished your college degree, as you finished this apprenticeship, as you finished your year, like how do you say that, your year abroad, like you work abroad, the year is over, now you have to go back to your home country. Where am I going with my life now? Does that make sense? That's what it feels like here. It feels like a completion energy. It feels like, where am I going with my life now? I'm turning 27. Where am I going with my life now? Okay. For others of you, there could be an energy where you could feel a little bit like under the weather on the day where you meet your true love and your future spouse, and you're actually going to call in sick because you really don't feel good, but that was all planned because you were supposed to meet your true love and your future spouse on that day. You could literally go to the drugstore on that day, or you drive to the doctor because you don't necessarily feel good. This could even be like mentally not feeling good, so you're going to call in sick at your job, okay, and you're going to tell them you cannot come today. But because you are not at work on that day is the reason why you meet your true love and your future spouse. Does that make sense? So it's like the plan is interrupted by life, because sometimes it's like work or our job is trying to tell us how to live our life with all their rules and the time schedule, but then life happens, okay. Something about on that day you're not gonna feel strong enough to go to work or something along those lines here. There's somehow some type of change where you don't necessarily feel your best, but and I feel like you're gonna do something about it, or again there's some type of change of plans. So it's not your average Joe day. It's a day where you have to go somewhere, or you forgot something, so things are not going smoothly. You forgot something, you have to go there, you call in sick. Does that make sense? Somehow you're gonna just feel like, I actually want to be by myself, but I have to do this, or I have to work, or I have to go out there and get something here. You could also feel a little bit insecure about your finances around the time where you meet your true love and your future spouse, okay, because you have danger, especially in money matters. But what I'm picking up here specifically is you're just gonna feel like you're working really, really hard and you're not making enough money, or you're thinking about if all the money that you make is worth sacrificing your health. For some of you guys, you might be actually quitting your job, okay. This is going to be a day where you're like, fuck all of you, I'm going to quit my job and I'm going to look for another one. I'm hearing DJ Khaled, another one. Okay, that's what I'm picking up here. Let me get one more card here for you guys. There's an energy where you know you can have a better future, but only if you quit your job, okay, or only if you somehow take a risk here. Okay, this could be an energy where you're moving out, you're moving to a different apartment, because if I look at this card, this definitely feels like you're going to meet your true love and your future spouse as you are leaving a building, leaving a chapter in your life, leaving a contract, leaving an old way of living, leaving an old environment. Okay, let me see what else is going on here. And looking for what is out there. Okay, for some of you guys, you could actually be meeting your, like, I feel like you could be attending a party. It doesn't have to be like disco and, you know, like going to a club. This could be just like a garden party, a company party, a gathering with friends, celebrating somebody's achievement, celebrating your achievement. Okay, let me see what's going on here. What is happening on the day where pile number 2 meets their true love in their future spouse? What is happening? There are 7 of Cups. You're gonna feel very, very confused. Why is pile number 2 going to feel so confused here? Yeah, you're gonna feel confused about, we have 444 here. So you could be seeing the angel number 444 a lot. Like you're gonna be bombarded with the number 444 before you meet your true love in your future spouse. So the number 444 is connected to you meeting your true love and your future spouse. This is what your spirit guides want you to know. That's your number that tells you what you're thinking is in connection with your true love and your future spouse. What you're thinking about is connected to your union, to your meeting, is connected to the truth about your love life or something along those lines. We have the 4 of Wands in reverse again. So I strongly feel like you're questioning your stability. Like you're questioning, do I want to live here? Do I want to work here? Do I want to stay here, or do I want to move elsewhere? So you're going to be a lot in contemplation. I feel like you're going to feel like your comfort zone is no longer your comfort zone, is what I'm picking up here. So yeah, you're gonna feel a little bit uncomfortable, but I'm hearing, but it's worth it. But you don't know it yet. Like you're not gonna know that it is worth it. Okay? Or there could be an energy where you're trying to figure out something in your life and you're like, why are the answers not coming to me? They're not coming to you because you are supposed to meet your true love and your future spouse first before you make a decision about something here. Okay. You could also be with family on that day. Okay, or you could be thinking about wanting a family, or you know, like imagining. There's a lot of imagination. There's a lot of like, I need to be by myself in order to gain clarity. If I could describe your energy, for me this feels like somebody who, for some of you guys, you're going to go to this party, but you might be leaving earlier. Like, okay, I'm just going to go there for 1 hour, but then I'm going to leave. So you're leaving this party, or you're leaving your friends earlier just to sit by a pond or by a body of water. And you're looking at this body of water. And they're going to be there too, because they also feel like, I don't know what the fuck is going on in my life. That's what it feels like. Okay, that's what it feels like. You're both gonna be like, I don't know what the fuck is going on in my life. Oh my god, I can't. Or you're just gonna question like if you are happy with what you have, or if there is something better out there for you, if that makes sense. Okay, one more. What is happening on pile number 2's life before they meet their true love? And yeah, look at that. You're looking for answers about why. What are you searching for? Let me get one more card here. What is pile number 1? You're Eli. Look at that. So 6 of Wands. There could be an energy again where you're gonna be a little bit overwhelmed, like there's too many people around me, I need to get out of here, like, or you're usually like a very social person, but on that day you just don't feel like talking to people, you feel like being by yourself. For others of you, there could be an energy where you're just overwhelmed by your family, chit chatter, like your family and then your friends, and they all want something from you, and you just need to get out of there. 6 of Wands in reverse for me also feels like you could be leaving a party earlier. You could be leaving a gathering earlier here. Okay, so even if you go there, you're gonna leave earlier because you don't have the energy, or you don't have the mind. Yeah. Okay. Let me see what else. What's going on here? Keep in mind, you could be meeting your true love and your future spouse like online or outside. Okay, so just keep an open mind with that here. So I definitely feel like there's a contract ending on that day. This could be the end of the month. This could be the end of a contract. Okay, this could be the end of a work contract. This could be, you know, the end of your 27th birthday. Okay, something about the end. Let's see what is happening in pile number one's life before they meet their true love and their future spouse, like on that day in particular. Look at that. We have karma. You will reap what you have sown. Oh, so your future spouse is coming to you because of good karma. That is interesting. Karma, you will reap what you have sown. One more. What is happening in pile number one's life? Advice from a friend. Okay. And someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. Oh, that is interesting because that's your true love and your future spouse. But I feel like it's the both of you. So to be honest with you guys, I love you guys. But I'm picking up an energy where this is going to be a day where your spirit guides have been telling you to leave something, to let go of something, to see something for what it is. But you were a little bit stubborn. There's nothing wrong with it, because for me personally, what I've noticed is that there's also a lot of beauty in stubbornness. Like when somebody is stubborn, they cannot be changed by other people, which is beautiful, because people that are not stubborn, they can easily be influenced by other people, and not everybody has good intentions. So when I say you're stubborn, I mean it in a neutral way. It can be super duper positive, because nobody can tell you what to do and who you are, but it can also be negative when your spirit guides are trying to teach you a lesson. Okay, so I love you guys, don't take it personal, but I'm picking up here, this is going to be a day where your spirit guides are trying to teach you a lesson. They could be teaching you a lesson about solitude. So you could have, like, I'm just going to give an example where you're going to feel so uncomfortable in the crowd that you run out and you need peace. It's unusual for you because you like partying, or you're not going to feel good going out and dancing, so you're going to leave the party earlier. But your spirit guides have been telling you to maybe, you know, spend less time with a person, or spend less time partying, or spend less time outside. Does that make sense? So they love you, and they love that you're stubborn. I'm hearing them saying that actually. But on that day, you're gonna be like, yeah, I know my spirit guides already told me to cut this person off, to, you know, end my, you know, quit my job, find a new job. But only on that day you're gonna really learn that lesson, or understand that lesson, or listen to the advice of a friend that you received like 1 year ago. Like when you ask a friend and they give you an advice and you don't want to listen, so 1 year passes and then you get back to that advice that you got from a reader, from an astrologer, from your spirit guide. So you're gonna realize that you no longer want to be stubborn, and you are ready to change your life or change something about the way you do things. Okay, so you're gonna have like an epiphany moment, an aha moment, where you're gonna surrender to your spirit guides that are trying to teach you something here. And because you learned the lesson on that day, I don't know what this is connected to. It feels like an energy where it might be connected to saying goodbye, when it is like to let go when you know something is not good for you, or to maybe, yeah, it feels like to let go. It feels like you're supposed to let go, or you're supposed to not ignore red flags, even like red flags in a friendship, or red flags with, you know, like in business, where you learn like a harsh lesson is what I'm picking up here again, guys. There's nothing wrong with it, okay? Something I'm also hearing kind of like where you see a person's true colors, but I feel like it's connected to work, or where you just understand, yeah, where you understand that not everybody that you cannot trust everybody, to be honest with you, or that you need to take better care of yourself, or that you no longer want to make unhealthy decisions. Okay, I'm just gonna say it like that. I don't know what it is connected to, but because you realize that, like, I want to make healthy decisions from now on, is the reason why you meet your true love and your future spouse. So that lesson is definitely connected to them. The lesson is like, don't ignore the red flags, don't ignore the signs, okay? The bad ones as well as the good ones, because I feel like you're gonna also receive very good signs about like, I've been dreaming of this lake the last 2 weeks. Maybe I should drive there. Does that make sense? So your intuition is also going to tell you about drive to this place or go to this place or buy this book or do this and do that. It's kind of like an energy where you follow your intuition, but you can only hear your intuition because you are alone. That's what it feels like to me here. Okay. Or you only can listen to your intuition because you put your health over your job. I don't know what that means, okay? And that is going to lead you to your true love and your future spouse because they go through the same thing here, okay? I'm not going to lie. They're just as stubborn as you are, okay? So let's look at their energy here. And it's funny because your card says, let the journey begin. So it's kind of like an energy where the both of you are learning a huge lesson about listening to your intuition and listening to the signs and not ignoring them. Again, we've all been there before. Don't take it personal at all, okay? Don't take it personal. And it's funny because I was not really considering their energy, but we literally have a flag here. So this is definitely about learning not to ignore red flags. Yeah, absolutely. That's what it is, 100%. Because your future spouse goes through the same thing. We have the angel of belief here. So your true love and your future spouse on the day where they finally meet you for the first time could be in an energy where they maybe forgot to practice their religion, their spirituality. It has been a while since they've prayed the last time. It's been a while since they've meditated. It's been a while since they've went to church. You don't have to go to church. I'm just saying, okay, where they somehow neglected their belief, their spirituality, their faith, their sanity has been suffering because they took too much care of their business or work or I'm hearing kind of like where they claim back their power. For me, it feels like you go through the same thing here. Because I'm being brought to, I'm not saying this is exactly what is going to happen, but I'm being brought to somebody who is not letting their boss or their chef treat them in a certain way. It's like, you know what? If you cannot talk to me with respect, I'm going to leave and I'm going to quit my job. That's what it feels like to me here, to claim back your power and not back down where somebody's trying to dominate you because of their authority position. So they're going through the same thing here. There could be an energy where they're going to be like, you know what, Dad, I love you, but I'm not a little child anymore. I'm grown. Like, let me make my own decisions. Or at their job, they're going to be like, you know what, I love my job, but not at the detriment of my health. Fuck all of you. I'm gone. I'm out of here. Or an energy of like, you know what, I'm quitting my job today because I'm launching my business. Fuck all of you. That's what it feels like to me here. Kind of like where you claim back your power and you claim back your health and you see the red flag. It could be where your true love and your future spouse is cutting off a toxic friend, a toxic family member, a toxic work situation, and you're doing the same thing. You're both doing the same thing here, just in a different energy here. Okay? Where their spirit guide is trying to teach them, listen to your intuition. Your intuition has been telling you don't do it, or this person is not good for you, or something like that. So what I'm picking up here is with the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords, for me, this feels like somebody who is, you know, like when they make plans, again, nothing is going according to plan on that day. That's what it feels like to me here, because your health or your body is gonna scream that you don't want to be there or you cannot do this, and it's the same for them. But for them, it feels like not their body is gonna scream, Okay, kind of like where your body's telling you to drive home, or your body's telling you to call a friend or to drive somewhere. Does that make sense? For them, it feels like their spirit guides are going to interrupt them, like they want to work on something and they need their phone for that. But on that day, their charger breaks. So they cannot work on something that they've wanted to work on. It's Sunday, they cannot buy a charger anywhere, so they have to reschedule to work on that project on a Monday. And because they feel so frustrated, they drive to the same pond, to the same body of water like you, because they got interrupted in their plans. Does that make sense? And that's where you guys are meeting. That's what it feels like. There's going to be some type of interruption in their day where their spirit guides are going to do some weird stuff with their technology, or their spirit guides are going to do some weird stuff with, like, I don't know, like they thought they had all the ingredients at home, but they don't, so they have to go out again, or they have to reschedule something. Okay? And in that energy, instead of working or working their ass off, they're going to take care of their health, or they're going to take care of their sanity. They're going to take care of their soul and their spirit, or it's the first time where they pray again. It's the first time where they go to church again. It's the first time where they go on a walk in a forest again after a long time. And every time they walk in the forest, that's when they're most connected to God and their spirit guides. And I'm picking up an energy here. It's a day where their faith is returning to them. That's what it feels like. It's a day where they disconnect from social media. It's a day where they disconnect again. It feels like where you maybe want to disconnect from friends and family, and they want to disconnect from work and social media, or they want to disconnect from the virtual world, and they actually want to go out and smell the roses. And that's where you guys are bumping into each other. That's what it feels like, because their angels are going to guide them to turn their TV off, to turn their phone off, to, you know, not work, but to just go out and drink a cup of coffee, or to just go out and buy something nice for themselves, or something along those lines. That's what it feels like here. Okay, we have the month September here, so your birthday could be in September. Okay, their birthday could be in September, or you guys could meet in September. This is not going to resonate for every single person here, because this is a general reading, but somebody here is meeting their true love and their future spouse in September. Okay, I'm just going to say it. And for others of you, September could just be significant in your life or in their life around the time where you guys are meeting. Okay, so if you feel like, oh my god, they might be my true love and my future spouse, and then you ask them when is your birthday, and they say the 1st of September, it's like, ooh, that's another indication. Okay, that's what I'm picking up here. Okay, my beautiful pile number 2, let's go to the next part of the reading, which is what you're going to feel and sense, and what is happening inside of your body and your soul and your spirit when you look at them for the first time. And then I'm going to head to the extended, and we're going to look at what they're going to feel in their body and in their soul when they look at you for the first time. The first thing that I'm hearing with you guys is you're going to be speechless. Okay, no, I just want to be wherever you are, because I'm being brought to the song Sierra and the Dream. I'm speechless, I'm speechless. So you're going to be speechless. Why? I'm picking up you're going to be speechless because you tried to manifest your true love and your future spouse, and you felt like it's not working. Okay? You felt like, I've written down, you know, like meeting them, or I've been daydreaming about them. It's this energy where you're like, you're gonna be speechless that you successfully manifested them, or something manifested like you've written it down, or something manifested like you've imagined it, like you had dreams or daydreams about how you meet this man, how you meet this woman, and for a lot of months or weeks nothing happened or nothing happens. So you're gonna be speechless because you almost forgot about that daydream. You forgot about that entry in your book. you forgot about how detailed you've written something down and how detailed it actually happened. Where you've maybe written down that you wear a certain dress and you forgot about you writing it down, and then it happens, and then you're gonna be freaking speechless. So there's something about you're gonna be speechless because you're gonna be flabbergasted that you successfully manifested them, or that you dreamed them into existence, that you imagined them into existence, or that for some of you guys, you're gonna be speechless because it's gonna remind you of a dream. So you're gonna meet your true love and your future spouse, and it's gonna remind you of a dream that you had, and you're just gonna be freaking speechless that it finally happened, or you're gonna feel like, oh my freaking god, I didn't know, or I didn't think it would happen anymore. Okay, you're gonna feel like you're gonna feel like everything happened perfectly. Something about it's gonna feel like it was perfectly aligned by the universe. It's gonna feel like the universe must be so intelligent for all of this to happen. So you're gonna be overwhelmed by the intelligence of the universe or your spirit guides, because it's just too perfect. I'm hearing it's too perfect how everything happened, all the circumstances. If I didn't miss the bus, then I would have not been there. And if I didn't feel overwhelmed, I would have not driven here. And if I would have not been here, then I would have not went into this, store. Does that make sense? Something about like you're gonna be like, oh my freaking god, like you're gonna feel like you cannot speak. You're gonna feel like time is standing still in that moment, because it's going to feel like it's too perfect. I'm picking up an energy where you're gonna feel like your true love and your future spouse, they exude a lot of love. Okay, hold on, was there not another card? Anyway, you're gonna feel like your true love and your future spouse exudes a lot of love. When you look at them, you feel like you can see that they're like a kind person. Okay, and because you're gonna feel like this is like a kind man or a kind woman, I feel like you're gonna feel the need to open up to them. So I almost want to say you're gonna have a very deep conversation from the get-go. Okay, because I'm hearing it's like in their presence. I'm also picking up where you're gonna feel very stressed in certain people's presence. So you're gonna notice how calm and comforted and secure you feel in this person's presence. So you're gonna feel some type of, I feel secure, I feel like I can be myself, I feel like I can just blabber out what I think, I feel like I can just speak without thinking what I'm going to say. Okay, or this person's gonna give you a feeling of rest, where maybe before you felt very restless. Okay, kind of like I'm picking up an energy that is like this, very restless, and when you meet your true love and your future spouse, it's like you're calming down. It's like rest, in a resting energy here. So you're gonna feel like your future spouse exudes, like they look like a kind man, they look like a kind woman, they look like a polite man, a polite woman, they look like they would not hurt a fly. Okay, that's what you're gonna feel like. They look like a very, very kind man, a very, very kind woman. Okay, but it's gonna be a mystery to you why all of this happened the way it happened, because we also have the numinous here. It says mystery, and of course it says the unknown, psychic abilities, the cosmos. So you're gonna know that you meet your true love and your future spouse. You're gonna have some trippy dreams, you're gonna have a deja vu, something about like it's gonna feel trippy, psychic. It's gonna feel like I remember a tarot reading right as I'm looking at them for the first time. I remember this spot from my dreams. I remember this palm reader told me this would happen. I remember this this vision that I had the last time I meditated. Okay, it's gonna feel otherworldly. Meeting your true love and your future spouse is gonna feel otherworldly. It's definitely gonna feel like the mystery is revealed, why things happened, or why you were supposed to go there, or why this didn't take place, where this was cancelled so that you end up here, or why you felt like you need to leave this place so that you go there. That's what it feels like. It's gonna feel like a psychic download. It's gonna feel like, oh my god, it's a deja vu moment. This happened before. I've seen your face before. You look like exactly like the man or the woman that I've seen in my dreams. You wear the t-shirt that I saw in my dreams. Okay. You're gonna feel like all this. I'm hearing you're gonna feel like the world is, all of a sudden the world is calm. All of a sudden your mind is calm. All of a sudden you don't feel stressed anymore when you look at them, because they exude so much love. Okay, and you're also gonna feel like my intuition is so on point, it's scary. Or you're gonna be like, this tarot reader's intuition is so on point that it is scary. That's what it feels like to me here. Okay, my beautiful pile number 2, I'm gonna go to the extended now. We're gonna look at how are you going to make your true love and your future spouse feel. So if you are interested in that, I'm gonna see you in the extended. The link is down in the description box. Okay, I might even go a little bit further into how you perceive them. Yeah, but if you're interested in that, the link is down in the description box, and if not, I'm gonna see you in my next one. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile number 3, last but not least. So you chose this beautiful old school love card, picture, or whatever, image, and we're going to look at what is happening on the day where you meet your true love and your future spouse. If you didn't watch the intro, I'm also going to look at what you are going to feel and see when you look at your true love and your future spouse for the first time, which is what we're going to look at on YouTube. And then I'm going to go to the extended, where we're going to look at your future spouse. How are you making them feel when they first look at you, or when they look at you for the first time, when they look into your eyes for the first time? What do they feel? What do they see in you? Okay, so just to let you guys know, the link is down in the description box if you're interested in how your future spouse is going to perceive the whole situation, meeting you and looking at you for the first time. Okay, but let's begin your reading. You chose old school love. Okay, let's look at your cards. Let's see what's going on here. I'm gonna cleanse the energy. Okay, so pile number 3, your reading is beautiful. I was actually excited to start your reading. The reason is because when I was shuffling your cards, in pile number 1 and pile number 2, I was listening to meditation music. And then when your pile came, I felt like I want to put on like deep house music. It's kind of like, and this song, I think I'm actually going to put it down in the description box, because it's so, just please listen only to the first minute or something like that, because the song is called Message in a Bottle, and he's talking about the universe is your muse. She's naked. She's standing in front of you, vulnerable. It's like so poetic the way the song begins. And I felt the need to put the song on when I started shuffling your cards. And it's funny because the angel that is surrounding you on the day where you meet your true love and your future spouse is the angel of music. So I would not be surprised if you tell me that you are a dancer, you love dancing, or that you sometimes dance like in a trance, or that you love going out to dance, you love to go out to parties, but because you love dancing. So it's not really about like, ooh, this and that and this and that. You're going out to parties because you like dancing, or you could be somebody you just like dancing. You always love dancing. For others of you, you could be into making music. Okay, for some of you guys, you are into music, you like making music, you like rapping, you like, writing songs. You are a songwriter, a singer, a musician, a producer. You produce beats. Somehow you go in the direction of creating art through music, like either dancing. I'm also hearing poetry. I'm hearing poetry. I'm hearing dancing. I'm hearing singing, rapping, and also creating beats. Okay, this could be something that you've always wanted to experience and do, and for others of you, you're already doing that. For some of you guys, you're dreaming of becoming a musician, or you're dreaming of becoming known for your art, your poetry, your music, or to become a successful musician, a successful music producer, a successful rapper. Okay, I'm also hearing designer. So you guys are definitely my pile that you have so much creativity inside of you that it is impossible for you to live a life without music, without art, without colors, without dancing, without making, I'm also hearing without making stupid mistakes, because that somehow I'm also picking up, like, when you draw or create poetry, or when you make music, or when you feel like that's the only time where you truly feel alive. And again, for others of you, you might not be an artist, but music has always been the thing that saved you, or the thing that brought you life or brought you excitement. Okay, somebody's name could start with a K, because I'm hearing Kylie. Okay, just for somebody here, I don't know who's watching me whose name is Kylie. Okay, I didn't think about Kylie Jenner. I thought about Kylie Minogue. Okay. If somebody has been wondering, like, she's too much on social media, she's saying like Kylie. No, I have been thinking about Kylie Minogue. Okay, let's see. So I'm picking up the energy on the day where you meet your true love and your future spouse. You either just finished creating a song. Okay, so for some of you guys, if you are a singer-songwriter or a dancer, on the day where you meet your true love and your future spouse, I feel like you're going to be head over heels in love with a new song. You know how when you listen to a song 100 times, or a song that is bringing so many like vivid images in your head, you listen to the song and all you can do is daydream, and you see yourself on stage, or you see yourself at a beach bar or at a beach party. Somehow music is going to be significant. Okay, so I'm picking up the energy here. On the day where you meet your true love and your future spouse, you're gonna have your headphones in, and you're just gonna be so connected, and you're gonna feel so alive because of a song. May that be a song that you wrote yourself, or a song that you discover that speaks to your soul. This could be like a very upbeat song that makes you feel like you can conquer the world, that once you listen to that song, you want to dance. So some of you guys, you could also be on TikTok. Okay, I just heard that somebody here is on TikTok, doing something on TikTok here. So for a lot of you guys, there's definitely an energy of you are absolutely consumed by a song, or by the images that a song is bringing into your mind as you listen to it. Again, may that be your own song, or may that be a beat. Okay, may that be something that you created on your own, or something that you just discovered. Okay, now I'm picking up, I definitely feel like for a lot of you guys, you do create even music. I feel like for a lot of you guys, you are doing something. I don't see somebody here where you don't do anything. Even if you write poetry here and there, or I'm also hearing you used to dance, or you used to make music, even if you don't do it anymore. There could be an energy where you used to do that when you were younger, and around the time where you meet your true love and your future spouse, the passion for it is coming back. So you're gonna start being interested in producing music, or making clothing, or writing, or poetry. Your passion for it is coming back. I'm also hearing on the day where you meet your true love and your future spouse, you're going to feel like you don't want to... A lot of you guys, on that day, you're going to feel like you don't want to take life so seriously. Like you're... Because I'm picking up an energy where you are usually a very responsible person, or maybe you work a lot, or you try to be as responsible as possible, or you are very strict with yourself, or you're very disciplined, or it's been a while. Or you could be somebody who just overthinks, like, am I doing the right thing? Is this right? Am I making the right decision? And on the day where you meet, sorry guys, I'm closing my eyes so I can channel better. For a lot of you guys, what I'm picking up here is on the day where you meet your true love and your future spouse, you're going to feel like you don't want to make a decision about your life. You don't want to know about your next 3 months. Okay, so this could even be around the time where you don't want to watch tarot readings, or you don't want to know about your next week. You don't want to watch astro, like predictions. Not that you don't like it anymore, it's just like, you know what, I just want to be in the present moment with my song. I don't want to think about anything. I don't want to think about where I will be in 10 years. Picking up an energy where you don't want to think about the week ahead. You don't want to meal prep, okay? Kind of like where you don't want to live in the future. You just want to be here in the present moment, because I'm hearing the future stresses you out, or you always think about the future and you're realizing that you're never in the present moment. So there's something about like, I don't want to think about the next 3 months. I don't want to, where you work maybe more so that you are ahead. Does that make sense? So kind of like where your chef is asking you, or your boss is asking you, hey, do you want to do an extra shift? And you always say yes, or you always say yes to work, or you always go the extra mile, always trying to achieve, or just do the right thing. On that day you're gonna feel like, I don't want to think about the future. I don't want to meal prep. I don't want to think about my finances. I don't want to be responsible. I'm not saying that you're going to be reckless, but this is just an energy where you just want to be here in this present moment, sitting on a meadow, sun gazing. You just want to listen to your song. You just want to dance. You don't want to I don't know, you just don't want to be in the future. You just want to be here where you are. You don't want to think about the past, and you don't want to think about the future. Okay, I'm also hearing something about where you don't want to believe that the future is always better, or something about like you don't want to chase a certain goal anymore, like it's tiring. Okay, something about, what, it doesn't matter if I reach my goal or not. Let me just listen to this song and just be here and just be happy just for 24 hours. I don't want to think about anything in the future. I don't think about my responsibilities. I don't want to think about work. I just want to be here with my music and my songs, and I just want to dance. That's what it feels like here. You just want to be free as a bird. Free like animals that don't think about clocking in, clocking out, paying rent, paying this and that, this and that. You don't want to hear about it today. I don't want to hear about it today. Okay, I just want to be in the present moment, and I just want to enjoy life today, whatever that means. That's what I'm picking up here with you guys, okay? I'm picking up, this is going to be a day where you don't want to be on social media. You don't want to read your emails. You don't want to check your DMs. You don't want to create content. There's something about like you just don't want to be consumed by technology. This feels like a social media detox that could happen around that time, or a social media detox day where you really just want to be in the present moment, and you want to look at an actual bird instead of like something on the internet. Again, there's nothing wrong with social media, but I feel like you're just going to be a little bit like fed up. And I also feel like you're going to be fed up with working. You could be somebody where you usually really like working, or you are somewhat of a workaholic. You have workaholic tendencies, or you like working, or you are somebody it's fun for you to make money or find a new job, or it's fun for you to, I feel like for some of you guys, it's like fun for you to make money, or it's fun for you to even spend money and go shopping and stuff like that. But with the King of Pentacles in reverse, the King of Pentacles in reverse is a workaholic. So I feel like, or you could be in an energy where you are so determined to save enough money to go on holidays or do this and do that. And once you achieved this goal, you're gonna be like, okay, now I don't want to be determined. I don't want to be an overachiever. I already have the money in my bank account, and now I just want to fucking chill. I want to be a human. I don't want to be a robot. I want to be a human. I don't want to be a workaholic. I just want to breathe fresh air and not think about shit. Okay. That's the energy that you're in. I feel like if anything, on that day, you will create art, you will write poetry, you will listen to music, you will design clothing, and you're going to be fully consumed by the beauty of art or by the beauty of creating, but just for the sake of creating, not because of money, not because of this, not because of achieving anything. So you're going to be in an energy where you're very patient and you're just going with the flow, and there's no structure with your day, and you could do everything and anything on that day because, you know, like, and I'm also hearing because you also feel excited because you didn't watch a prediction. Okay, so for some of you guys, if you tell me that you have noticed that you consume too much predictions and tarot or astrology, I feel like you're gonna stop. Like, you don't want to see where the planets are standing. You don't want to know what the future. I just saw a UFO. Oh my god. So for some of you guys, you might be spotting, this is a huge indicator that your future spouse is around the corner. When you spot something in the air that does not look normal, it doesn't look like a plane, it doesn't look like a star, it looks like an object that you cannot, even if you Google it, you don't know what it is. It also doesn't look like a satellite. It feels like it looks like an object that looks otherworldly. This is going to be an indication that your future spouse or the union is near, is what your spirit guides want you to know. Now, for others of you, again, there's an energy where you don't want to hustle. Like, fuck that hustling. I just want to create. I want to dance. I want to, you know, for some of you guys, I feel like you're going to go to a party on that day. And you're just gonna be like dancing, and you're gonna be carefree and just dancing and just listening to your favorite song. You could be going to a concert or a live event, an open air, you know, like you could be going to, you know, like a bar or something like that where there's music playing, and you're just consumed by the music and by the creation and by lights and by colors and shapes and stuff like that. Okay. Oh my god, look at me. Oh my god, this could even be like a festival. I'm not gonna lie. Could be that energy as well. Okay. For others of you, this is also going to be around a time where you actually quit your job and you are pursuing a new job, kind of like you quit your job. Yeah, your spirit guides are here. You quit your job and your new job maybe begins on that day, or maybe you signed the contract for the new job on that day, or you decided to find a new job on that day, because we have new job and career. There could also be an energy where on the day where you meet your true love and your future spouse, you're going to feel like you are ready for a new career. You are ready to launch something. This could be like that you are ready to launch your own website, you're ready to launch your music, you're ready to launch your new song, you're ready to launch your poetry, you are ready to launch your clothing or something like that, which is a wish come true here. Okay, but at the same time, for me, it feels like, let's say, for example, you launch your music, but then you get off of social media. Like, I'm just going to launch my music and then I'm going to get off of social media. And I'm just going to let the universe do whatever the universe is supposed to do. Does that make sense? This is what it feels like to me here. Kind of like, I don't want to take care of business. I don't want to take care of responsibilities. I just want to be here. For a lot of you guys, there's definitely a wish coming true. I feel like for a lot of you guys, it's a wish of a project being successful. So on the day where you meet your true love and your future spouse, you're going to be happy about a project, a new project being successful, or you launching a new project successfully, or you falling in love with a new instrument or a new hobby on that day. And for others of you, you're going to be celebrating a new job or like a new energy in your career. Okay, and we also have money will be coming to you. This could also be a payday. Okay, this could also be a payday on that day, or this could be a time where you make a lot of money, or you find a new way of making money, and you're going to be so excited about like starting this new journey and starting this new way of making money, or starting to make money with your art, or starting to see that your art is finally bringing money and income to you. Okay, depending on where you're at in your life. Let's see what's going on with your true love and your future spouse on that day. they feel the same way, guys. Okay, they feel like this person feels like they're usually a very responsible person, because we have the angel of comfort here. So they could feel very, very bored. Like your true love and your future spouse could feel very, very bored, because I'm picking up an energy. This is a person who usually doesn't go out of their comfort zone. Okay, this is a person who probably doesn't go out of their comfort zone that much. I feel like this person likes routine, they like their comfort zone, they like to do things the way they always do them. Like structure and organization brings happiness to them until it doesn't anymore. Okay, so you're gonna be in the, oh, I'm going with the flow energy, okay? And the reason, I said this in pile number 1 too, but the reason why your future spouse is going to be drawn to you on that day is because you are in this energy of going with the flow, and you know, like being artistic and just letting your artistic side out, and being wild and letting your soul be wild, and just going with the wind and going with the sun and going with the moon, very dreamy. And this is what they're craving. Does that make sense? So they're gonna be drawn to that energy that you are in, because this is what they have been lacking, or they have been craving that, because they're usually very responsible, they take care of everything, or this is just a person who doesn't get out of their comfort zone that often. They do things, they eat the same thing, you know, like every other day. They have a structure, they have organization, which is nothing bad. At a certain time in their life, that's what they needed. But when they meet you, they need this energy of going with the flow that you have. So they're craving that energy, which is the reason why they're going to be magnetically drawn to you. That's why the reason why they're going to be attracted to you, because they're craving adventure, they're craving going with the flow, they're craving somebody who just takes them and brings them to different places, and they're craving somebody who just takes them and does something spontaneous with them. Okay, they're craving that. Okay, they want to do something stupid. I'm also hearing they want to do mistakes, they want to do something stupid, because falling in love is very, very connected to, like, because I'm also picking up an energy, this is like a person who plays it safe. Okay, which means if somebody plays it safe, they're not the type of person to lose money, they're not the type of person to, I don't know, quit their job before they have a new one. This is a very responsible person. So as a husband or a wife, you do not have to worry about them doing something stupid, because they usually think things through. Okay, but I'm picking up here, it's suffocating them. Their need to do everything perfect is suffocating them. So they're gonna have this epiphany, fuck it, it doesn't matter if I'm gonna make mistakes, it doesn't matter if I'm gonna get hurt by love, I cannot stay here. Because this could be a person who, they don't want to experience love because they feel like, what if I fuck up? What if I'm the reason the relationship doesn't work? What if I fall in love and I'm gonna get my heart broken? Okay, and their attitude towards life was, I would rather play it safe and not make any mistakes and not fall in love and not fuck up, okay, and just stay where I'm at. But they're gonna feel miserable in that energy. They're gonna feel like, I'm also hearing it is better to have loved and have lost than to never have loved at all. And they're gonna be in that energy of like, I'm very scared to make mistakes, or I'm very scared to get my heart broken, but I cannot continue to live like that. So they're going to be open for love on that day, because they feel like they would rather make a mistake, they would rather fall in love and get their heart broken, they would rather, you know, like experience love and the pain that might come with it. We're not saying that it does come with it. They would rather experience love than be safe. So they want to be reckless, they want to make mistakes, they want to fall in love, they want to, you know, like take the risk and fall in love. So their heart is opening, and that's the reason why you guys finally meet on that day. Okay, they made a decision that they don't want to play it safe anymore. They don't want to put a cage around them that saves them. It's like a golden cage that feels very lonely and sad, because I feel like this person, they could be like a very social person, but when it comes to love, they're not that. It's like it's a different story here. So they're gonna feel like, I don't know where this is gonna take me. I don't know what is gonna happen when I, go there, when I download this dating app, but I don't want to be where I'm at anymore. This is not happening. Or I'm not seeing myself living like that for the next 10 years. Like, when am I going to overcome my fear of making mistakes or falling in love? I'm hearing it's now or never. So their heart is opening, the door is opening, and that's when you guys are meeting. Because they are going with the flow on that day, what they usually don't do. They're acting out of character, okay? They're acting out of character, they're going with the flow, you're going with the flow, and that's why you guys meet. For some of you guys, you could be meeting them on vacation. I'm seeing a strong indication that you're going to meet this person on vacation. It doesn't have to be, okay? So I'm picking up that they could be planning a trip or a vacation on the day where they meet you, okay? So they could be, I'm hearing they're going to act out of character. They're going to go to a party, although they don't like parties. They're going to go to a festival, although they don't like going to a festival. They're going to, download a dating app, although they don't like dating apps. But it's not that they don't like it, it's that they are scared what happens when they fall in love. So their intuition has been telling them that love is out there. So this is not a person who doesn't believe in love. This is a person who believes in love, but they're terrified of it. That's what it feels like to me here. Okay. Because we have the bow here, it says you are highly thought of. So they're thinking about love, but they're like, no, I'm going to stay here. But they're going to be so consumed by the thought of love because their intuition is telling them you are out there. They're feeling it in their soul. That's what it feels like to me. Okay, this person's birthday could be in March. Your birthday could be in March. Or you could meet your true love in your future spouse in March, okay? This is not going to resonate for everybody. This is a general reading, but the month of March could be significant. It could be their birthday, it could be your birthday, it could be the month in which you guys are meeting, okay? I'm also hearing for somebody, not for everybody. I'm also not for everybody, but for somebody. This is also talking about 3 months from now. Again, not for everybody here, okay? So they're gonna feel like they want to have fun. They want to make mistakes. They want to go stupid. They might feel like they want to drink. They want to dance. They want to act out of character. They want to, take a day off of work. They want to put their best clothing on. They want to draw attention to them. There might be even somebody they don't like to draw attention to them. On that day, they want to draw attention to them. On that day, they want to look crazy. I'm also hearing they want to go stupid because they feel so bored, okay? And again, it's not that their life is not exciting. It's just they have been, hiding from love or hiding from falling in love, because I feel like they kind of know that once they search for it, they're going to find it. This is very weird. It's kind of like an energy where some people are scared that love is not out there for them. This is a person who knows that love is out there for them, but they're scared because it makes them vulnerable. Very funny. Okay, let's see what else is coming through here. Okay, so now we're going to go to the next part of the reading, which is what are you going to feel when you look at them for the first time? What are you going to feel in your body and in your soul as you look at them? Okay. I'm also feeling an energy where your future spouse is actually manifesting you because they're thinking so much about love. You are highly thought of. So they're going to be in their thoughts about the topic love, about the topic happiness, about the topic family and kids and stuff like that. And because they're thinking about it, they're inviting you. I don't know why Spirit is explaining how you guys are manifesting each other, but I feel like they're manifesting you. Okay, again, let's see. What are you gonna feel and sense when you look at them? Okay. I feel like you both are very independent people. I feel like you both are, you want love, but you also don't want love. Or you want love, but maybe you both went through very toxic relationships here. Or you both went through something that kind of traumatized you when it comes to love, is what I'm picking up here. Okay, so you're not alone in this. Your future spouse is just like you. Hold on, guys. Your future spouse is just like you when it comes to love. Oh. They're just like you when it comes to love. They, again, they feel like, I don't want to lose my independence. What if I fall in love? So they're not asking themselves, what if I don't fall in love? Or what if I don't find the love of my life? They're like, what if I find the love of my life? Because they kind of know that true love exists. And they know that they're getting older, or it's time for them. Does that make sense? This is a person who's highly aware. They're also aware of them being toxic. What I mean by that is they know that their independence is already toxic. Like, you cannot be this detached or this independent. But I feel like it's the same with you. I feel like this is the same energy with you, especially before you meet your true love and your future spouse. So what are you going to see when you look at them? Give me a moment here, guys. When you look at them, I feel like you are going to be a little bit intimidated by them, because they seem like a very independent man and independent woman. So they could come across as somebody who is very powerful, as if they have like a strong character, or very powerful, very opinionated. They might even look like they don't like to just talk to anybody. Does that make sense? They could look like, or what you're seeing when you look at them is, this is so funny. Okay, let me say it like that. Pile number 3, I'm picking up an energy where you're gonna know that they're the one. Because we have the Ace of Pentacles here, and the Ace of Pentacles is a very, very serious energy. But you're gonna be in an energy where you almost want to run away, or you are scared because you can feel that this is serious. Wow, so you're both like that. It's kind of like where you look at them and you're like, oh my god, this is serious, or this eye contact is serious, or this meeting is serious, or the energy is very strong right now. Or in case you do see spirit guides, the energy of my spirit guides is very strong, or there's so many synchronicities around this man or this woman, or I see so much when I look at them, or when you touch this person's hands and you get like you get overwhelmed by a psychic download, or like an energy that is like consuming you. So you're like, uh-oh, I think they're the one. But it's more like almost as if you're gonna get scared because of that. So I feel like you're gonna be scared because it's serious, or you're gonna be scared because you're getting what you're asking for. This is so funny. I don't know how to explain it here, guys. It's this eye contact that doesn't feel casual. It feels serious, as if your life is flashing past you. You're probably my independent woman, my independent man, where you want love, or you're open for that. But you also know that once this person stands in front of you, you have to confront your tendency maybe to run away, or you have to confront your fear of giving up your independence, or giving up some of your independence. Okay. What you see when you look at them, again, it's kind of like they're looking serious. It feels like they are serious with you. You're gonna feel like this is a very mature person, or a very mature man, a very mature woman, kind of like where you don't take men or women seriously because they're very immature, you know, like, oh, they're immature. So you're like, oh, I don't even bother looking at them, or I don't even bother texting them back because they're immature. But with this one, it's like, oh, they're very mature, almost to the point where it scares me. For example, when you look at their profile, like their online dating profile, it says, I want to have children and I want to marry. And you're like, ooh, this person is serious. Does that make sense? Even if it's not like written, it's like written on their head, or it's written on their face. There's something about like, they're so mature that you might get a little bit scared, because now you don't have the excuse of, oh, they're immature, I'm not gonna take them seriously. Their energy is so mature, their energy is so captivating. All of a sudden, like, your walls are coming down, or you cannot control your emotions, or you cannot dominate them, or you cannot run away from this, or you don't have an excuse to say no. That's what it feels like, because I pick up an energy where you are open for love, but you're also not open for love. So you're kind of like a paradox where you're open for love, but you're also not open for love. Where you feel like, I'm only gonna be open for somebody who's serious and mature and stuff like that. But when they stand in front of you, it's like, oh, now they're standing in front of me, so I don't have a reason to say no. So then you will have to overcome this fear of being dependent. So you could have a fear of like depending on somebody, or where your emotions or your happiness depends on another person's actions. So I'm picking up, you're gonna be intimidated, very, 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 very turned on. Like, their maturity, they could even be a little bit older than you. Okay, they could be older than you, but you're just so drawn, like sexually drawn to their maturity. Okay, you could perceive this person as they have a perfect balance of being serious, and the way that they talk to you is like eloquent, or they're not seeing you as a booty call. They're talking to you as if they see you as a lady or a gentleman, okay, or as somebody who they respect you. Okay, so they would not say you're hot, they would say you're beautiful. They would not say you have a nice car, they would say you have a nice soul, or like a nice eyes, or something like that. And you're gonna notice it from, like, I'm also hearing how they compliment you is melting your heart, but it also scares you, because you cannot just, you know, like brush it off. It's like, oh God, now it's in front of me, like love is in front of me. So I feel like you're gonna be somewhat scared. It's like you're excited and happy, but you're also scared. That's what it feels like to me here. Yeah, you could perceive this person as like, and we also have a plane here. So I'm picking up here, when you look at them, you see a very independent person, very mature, but they also have like a very like funny energy to them. Like, their jokes are genuinely funny. You could be somebody where you have an energy here where you're gonna feel like this person has like the perfect balance between serious and mature, but also lighthearted and funny, and you like their jokes. I'm hearing you like the way they compliment you, and you will like their jokes. Okay, let me get one last card here, and then we're going to go to the extended, and we're going to look at what your true love and your future spouse is going to think about you. Okay. When they meet you or see you for the first time. Okay, for pile number 3, what is pile number 3 going to feel and see when they meet their true love and their future spouse? Look at that. Accept your naked truth to attract your future spouse. You're going to feel naked and exposed. Why? because it's love at first sight. You're gonna feel like, okay, now's the time for me to let my guard down, or now's the time for me to trust in love, or now's the time for me to stay and not run away. Now's the time for me to give love another chance. There's something going on where you're gonna feel like a little bit naked because the person is saying something that touches your heart and touches your soul, and you cannot be touched easily. I'm talking about like in your soul and in your spirit. It takes a special person to touch you here. So when the special person stands in front of you, you're gonna feel like naked and vulnerable. I talked about it, right? I talked about the song. In the song he says, the universe is your muse. She's naked, she's vulnerable, standing there right in front of you. It's such a lovely song. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go to the extended now, okay? If you wanna know how your future spouse is gonna feel when they see you when they see you for the first time and when they look at you for the first time, the link is down in the description box. If not, I'm gonna see you in my next one, and I wish you a lovely day. Bye.